I think of my Grandpa Charlie once a day. Sometimes I remember a time when he cussed at my cousins, and I in Spanglish. Sometimes I will spot a bottle of hot sauce and remember how he put hot sauce on his sardines, pig's feet, or even cow's tongue. If I hear Big Bang music, I remember how he would stand on his feet as he danced. It amazes me how he comes to my mind so often when he died more than 30 years ago. I'm not sure when he was born. I know it was around the time when tuberculosis was running rampant and before World War II. His mother died of tuberculosis when he was 5. He was raised by his sister with his numerous nephews. He grew up poor in La Junta, Colorado, where his family worked the farms. The one thing I know about his younger years is that people called him Crazy Charlie. I was told of a time when he would climb a tree and act like a monkey for admiring teenage girls. My favorite Charlie years were when he was my grandpa. After my parents were divorced, my mother and I moved in with my grandparents and her 2 younger siblings. My grandpa worked strange shifts at the steel mill, so he was home with the kids when they got home from school until bedtime. He was the one who fed us, played with us, yelled at us, and kicked us out to play when we drove him just a little too crazy. My grandpa could be grouchy, but he made us laugh all the time. My grandpa loved to be the center of attention and play. One time my grandma was vacuuming, and my grandpa, Crazy Charlie, silently motioned for me and my aunt to follow him. He hid behind a corner. He lit a firecracker and threw it in the general area of my grandmother. She jumped so high and let out a shrill scream. We laughed so hard we had a hard time catching our breath. I don't remember my grandmother laughing. She would always say, "Oh, Charlie." Sometimes my family wanted to go out to eat together. My grandfather would say no because he didn't want to waste any money. He was going to stay home. So we'd all pile in the car and start to pull out of the driveway. It never failed. Crazy Charlie would run out of the house all cleaned up, looking sheepish, with a silly smile and tell us, wait, I am coming. I think he wanted us to beg him to come. And when we didn't, he didn't like the idea of us having fun without him. Or maybe he just didn't like an empty house. He always loved people around him, but he didn't hesitate to turn out the lights and tell everyone it was time to go home at a family gathering. My grandpa loved his burnt orange lazy boy chair. He sat on that chair and used colorful language to cheer on or cuss out his beloved Broncos. We would sit at the feet of the chair and marvel at his purple toenails and rock-hard feet. We were also entertained by his colorful language. He would eventually fall asleep in his chair watching his favorite TV shows. On one such occasion, my grandpa fell asleep in the chair, snoring away, while we all became hysterical as his false teeth went in and out with each snore. If America's Funniest Home Videos had been produced, the false teeth episode would have won. Although Grandpa provided tons of entertainment, I always cherished the time when he became my knight in shining armor. When I was in 3rd or 4th grade, there were a couple of boys that wanted to beat me up. On a Saturday, I rode my bike to the local 7-Eleven, and as I perused the aisle for penny candies, the 2 bullies walked in. My heart raced, and I snuck out of the store and pedaled my way home as fast as I could. I came in the house crying and shaking. My grandpa asked what happened, and I told him, and he told me to toughen up and quit acting like a crybaby. I was mad at Crazy Charlie. That Monday, like many days, I tried to line up first for dismissal and run the 2 blocks home as fast as I could. I was lucky and ran out the school to see my crazy Grandpa Charlie waiting to walk me home. I never felt so loved. I loved Crazy Charlie. He made me laugh and cry. I think of him every day.